Elizabeth Elliott, and today I will be talking to you about different regions, joint types, the movements they have, and the planes that they occur in. First is going to be the cervical spine, which you find in the neck. It is a gliding or planar joint. In the sagittal plane, it goes into flexion and extension. In the frontal plane, it has left lateral flexion or side bending and right lateral flexion or side bending. And in the transverse planes, it has left rotation, right rotation. The next region is the thoracic or lumbar, lumbar spine and trunk. Uh, the joint type is gliding and planar as well. In the sagittal plane, again, it is flexion, extension. In the frontal plane, you have left lateral flexion and then right lateral flexion. In the transverse plane, you have left rotation and then right rotation. The next region is the shoulder, which is a ball and socket joint. In the sagittal plane, there is flexion, extension. In the frontal plane, there is abduction and adduction. In the transverse plane, there is medial rotation or internal rotation, and also as well there is lateral rotation or external rotation. There is also horizontal adduction and horizontal abduction. And then we also have circumduction, which is multiplanar, so it can go in all planes like this. The next region is the elbow, which is a hinge joint, and it has movement in the sagittal plane, which is flexion and extension. Then we also have the forearm here, which is a condyloid joint. It is a pivot joint, and you have pronation and supination in the transverse plane. Next is your wrist. It is a condyloid joint. In the sagittal plane, you have flexion and extension, and then you have radial deviation and ulnar deviation in the frontal plane of the wrist. The next region is the finger or fingers, which have two different types of joints, condyloid joints and hinge joints. In the sagittal plane, you have flexion and extension, and then you have abduction and adduction, which happen in the frontal plane. Next is your thumb, which is a saddle or sellar joint. You have opposition and reposition, and it is considered multiplanar. The next region is the hip, which is a ball and socket or spheroid joint. In the sagittal plane, it has flexion and extension. In the frontal plane, you have abduction, and then you have adduction of the hip. In the transverse plane, you have medial or internal rotation, where your knee is a telltale sign if it's internal, your knee points in, and then external rotation, when your knee points out and your femur is pointing away from the body. And then you have circumduction, just like the shoulder, which is because it's a ball and socket joint, which is when it is multiplanar. The next region is your knee. It is a hinge joint, and you have flexion and extension, which happen in the sagittal plane. And then you have your ankle region here, which is a hinge joint and a gliding joint or a planar joint. In the sagittal plane, you have dorsiflexion, where your toes come up, and you have plantar flexion, where your toes go down. In the frontal plane, you have inversion and eversion. And then you have multiplanar, which is pronation and supination. So up and then out. So up and then out. And then supination, which is down and in. And those are multiplanar. Next, you have your toes, which are multiple joints. It is a condyloid and hinge joints as well. So in the sagittal plane, you have flexion and extension, and then you have abduction and adduction. The flexion and extension of your toes happen in the sagittal plane, and the adduction or abduction happen in the frontal